Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Figured I'd talk about another neat book on my shelf, but let's give it a little bit of introduction. Back in 1981, I started playing this game. This is my original copy of it. I never got the expert set. I really wish I had got the expert set. In fact, this is just about all I have left of the basic set. I don't even have Keep on the Borderlands. Love to find both box sets, but they are a little pricey these days. However, not so long after playing this, I was instructed by my friends, go get this. So these are my original first edition books. And there's a lot more options. There's a lot of nifty stuff in here, although a lot of the rules had changed. And as I went through my life and returned to Dungeons and Dragons, I found out that what I really liked was the simple elegance of BX. However, you can't necessarily buy that anymore. So I went out and did the next best thing. Got Labyrinth Lord. I know you can download the PDFs from Wizards of the Coast. In fact, actually, there is a book that you can have made where you download the two PDFs of the basic and expert set, and then there's somebody printed out some kind of cover art and binder and whatnot. And I think you get them printed on Lulu or whatever. You send them the whole PDF with all that sort of stuff. I haven't done that. I wish I could find somebody that has all this and just have them. Could you print me another book and I'll buy it from you? That sort of thing. I'm not sure if that's illegal. If it is, then I don't want to do that. But love to see if I just don't want to go through all that trouble. But anyhow, Labyrinth Lord is pretty much a direct clone of the original BX rules. I think there's a couple rules that are different, and I'm no expert. I know there are people that know exactly what those are. I don't really care. It's pretty much just got about everything. However, once again, you don't have all those nifty things. You're stuck with race as class. You don't have things like druids and assassins and monks, or rangers and paladins and all those things. And also, there's a whole bunch of spells that were in this book that you don't have. There's a whole bunch of magic items that are in this book that now you don't have. Plus some interesting tables and extra character stuff. Bunch of monsters in this book that you don't necessarily have in Labyrinth Lord. So what do? You can go ahead yourself and convert all these things to BX lingo. But you can also have somebody do the heavy lifting for you. And so now we get to the actual book I'm going to talk about. The Advanced Edition Companion. By Goblinoid Games. This is the companion book to Labyrinth Lord, and what this does is it takes everything like the entire spell list out of first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and converts it to the stats that you would find in BX D&D, which also incidentally is pretty much identical to the stats you'll find in Lamentations of the Flame Princess or in Basic Fantasy Role-Playing Game, etc. A bunch of other retro clones. So it's not something that you can't do yourself. There's a lot of spells in this. A lot of heavy lifting, and they've done the heavy lifting for you, so why do it again? There's also, you'll find all the extra monsters, or most of the extra monsters are in there, a whole bunch of the magic items, and then there's a whole bunch of other nifty stuff in there, like detecting invisible creatures, or what does this random dungeon room have in it, as the tables from the old DM's guide. Let's see, what else? The 9-point alignment system, if you want to use the dual axis alignment system, it's in there. You don't have racist class anymore. You can have the races statted out. What do they get? How do they modify thief skills? That's in there too, right? Straight out of the book. What are the actual classes? So you have the paladins, and you have the rangers, and you have the assassins, etc. You even have the optional height and weight tables, the optional age tables out of the advanced, first edition books. Even the secondary skills table, all this kind of stuff that you could go around your old book and find if you really wanted to, but it's all in this book right here. So pretty cool. I mean, I'll be honest, the majority of the book, no surprise, is going to be the spells, and then there's some magic items and whatnot in here. They have some nice little interesting drawings of the demons, for example, and all that stuff. But it's a fun book, and it's just a great little addition. And so there's times if I'm playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess and I want an NPC druid, and I need him to give him some spells or something like that, they're in here, and they work directly compatible with this, or with BX. If I want to have some kind of NPC paladin in Lamentations of the Flame Princess, because who in the world would play a paladin in Lamentations of the Flame Princess? Come on, let's be honest. I can find what his stats would be and what his abilities would be right in here, and it's pretty much instantly compatible. So, great little addition to the library. Once again, it's not something that you couldn't do on the fly yourself for each individual thing, but there's a lot of stuff in here, and they've done all the heavy lifting for you. So, great product, one of my favorite little items on my shelf. Every once in a while I'll pick it out and I say, I really want to use this spell from first edition, in Lamentations or in BX or Labyrinth or Basic Fantasy Role-Playing Game. Here, oh, there it is. Guy statted it out already, boom, and just kind of insert it into the game, with a minimum of fuss and bother. So great book, really like this one.